Hello, hello. My name is Connor Spencer. I'm a German language and literature, Islamic studies and art history student, and I am the VP External for 2017-2018 for the Student Society of McGill University. And today I'm going to talk to you about a little thing called austerity. So austerity is a set of governmentally implemented economic policies or programs of fiscal responsibilities whose main purpose is to reduce government's debt. Quebec is the province in Canada that has the most debt, and the QR's government's way of dealing with that has been to implement this program of austerity in order to regulate that debt, which in theory or on paper sounds good, but in reality is actually a much more political program than it may at first seem. In Quebec, instead of introducing tax reforms, meaning either taxing higher income brackets or taxing corporations in order to further distribute the wealth of the province, they've instead furthered the cutting of social services under the logic of tightening the belt. So basically taking money away from those who are already in precarious financial situations. We've seen austerity measures fail in the past in places like Greece, Portugal, the UK, and really most famously in 1929 after the Great Depression. So it's kind of proven that it doesn't work. Nobel laureate economist Joseph Stiglitz has noted that in every instance of austerity since its inception, it has failed. It can't sustain itself. These policies continue to benefit only the wealthy and the powerful. So in the specific Quebec context, where we've seen the most cuts has been in three different places. So namely education, healthcare, and childcare. So already from those three things, we're seeing that this is disproportionately affecting women and people of color, because these are the places that mostly have employees who are women and people of color. In our local context, McGill University has had over $50 million in cuts from the government since 2012. And we're seeing the effects of this in things like some programs having tuition completely deregulated, less classes being offered in certain departments, entire departments disappearing, cuts to certain student services, the intense casualization of labor on our campus. We can see from just what's being attacked that this is a political ideology. And it's the same political ideology that believes in resource extraction, it's the same political ideology that believes in attacking workers' rights, and it's the same political ideology that believes in the commodification of education. And that's why we need to fight austerity. Austerity is political extremism. It is not an inevitability, nor is it the only option. Austerity is a choice, and it's one that we need to show the Quebec government and McGill University that we refuse, and instead call on these institutions to refund the services that have been cut through the implication of austerity budgets in the last few years.